Karabit, here with
Jennifer Spania.
Vincent Franco.
and today we're talking about a threat made at El Camino High School last week. It seems that a student at El Camino High School got into a disagreement with his teacher about headphones that he had with him, and later that day threatened to commit a shooting or an act of violence. Security guards overheard the threat and informed police, where they discovered at the student's home a number of weapons, including an assault rifle that was registered to his brother. The student has been arrested and is being held without bail.
That's pretty heavy, especially since, how old is he?
17.
17. I mean, that's really young.
Yeah, especially since it's so close. Like, we think about the threat was made 2 days after the Parkland shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Florida. And I think for residents of California, we're so far away geographically from a shooting like that. You know, to have it happen so close to home now, do you think it starts to resonate more with us?
It's scary. You hear that kind of thing every day now. And I have a niece, and she's about to turn 2, and it's just scary to think that, you know, someday that may happen in the school that she's in, and it's heartbreaking. I read about something like that with a 6th grader. She wrote a note to her teacher saying she was going to bring a gun to school, and that's just terrifying for everyone.
Yeah, it seems like the perpetrators of these acts of violence in schools are getting younger and younger, just consistently. Like, how old was the Parkland shooter?
He was 19.
19?
He was already graduated, but he went into school and he blended in with the students.
Right, and this student at El Camino was 17, and 6th graders 11, 12 years old.
Yeah.
It's according to the reports, there were the school continued to operate as normal, and there was even a threat made at a Long Beach high school earlier this morning too. So they had police and security on campus as well. Though those rumors were they were unsubstantiated. There was not a whole lot of evidence to support them.
Yeah.
Do we think that's the direction that schools are heading now? Is just to have more security on campus?
Well, I mean, we've averaged a week, one shooting a week since the beginning of the year. That's 18 shootings, and I don't even know how many deaths. I'm sure it's a lot. At this point, it's in the double digits, I'm sure.
Well, just at the Parkland shooting, there was 17 dead.
Compared to Australia, who hasn't had a mass shooting since like the past 25 years. And Japan is averaging 10 deaths due to guns a year, and we've already doubled that in like 2 weeks.
So you think stricter gun measures would be
not
ideal?
not banning guns, just stricter laws, stricter ways to get them. You know, more. In Japan, you have to go through a whole day of just a class and like tests and like all these different kind of tests.
They teach you how to respect the gun as opposed to just purchasing
There's
it.
a difference, you know, of like buying a gun for self-protection to just buying it because you out of angst.
But according to the reports, the student who was in possession of the weapon, he didn't have any weapons on him, but the weapon that was registered belonged to his brother, who was an Army veteran. Do we think that if you live with somebody who owns registered weapons, should they also be trained to use the weapon properly?
No.
That's a tough one.
You should just be trained not to touch it. You should know not to use it if it's not yours.
Because I remember seeing like ads, like after school specials and like PSAs, like kids getting into their parents' gun cabinet.
I've seen those.
You've seen those
Little cheesy ones.
Yeah, sometimes they're cheesy, but you know the message still rings true.
Yeah, it's there.
That you don't want a child playing with a gun.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for Rio Talk this week. Thank you for joining us. My name is Michael Karabit.
And Jennifer Spania.
I'm Vincent Franco.
Have a great week. Thanks.